All right, y'all. Think we're live here. Post game report with Bob and BG. Let's gather around. Let's gather around, y'all. Let me know. Can you hear the sound? 32-18, your Dallas Cowboys with a preseason win at SoFi Stadium over the LA Chargers. That's right, baby. Y'all gather around. It is the Bob and BG Chargers at the game report. What it do, what it do, what it do. I'm waiting on my man Bob to come through, baby. But y'all gather around. Dallas Cowboy fans, are you happy that the Cowboys won a preseason game? But more importantly, are you happy about some of the things that you've seen in this week 2 preseason game against the Chargers at SoFi as the Dallas Cowboys come away with a 32-18 win on the road, baby? That means my Cowboy cousins seen not only one last year, when we went down there and took over the stadium, they took it over again this year with the W. So shout out to all of my Cowboy cousins out there, baby. If you're out there and would like to join the show and you are a green badge, I'm going to put this link in the comment section. So make sure you leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Green badges. Get on your job, baby. We need to share. We are on a late night gym run, baby. It's almost 10 p.m. on the West Coast. You know the West Coast? But we're going to take a look at some of these stats. I'm waiting on my man Bob to tap in if he's going to tap in. But if not, Facebook's giving me some kind of error on this link. Let's try to put this up here again. There we go. All right, the link is out there. So shout out to all my green badges. Thank you for keeping the content lit here. 116 supporters on the line, baby. Supporting the content, baby. We're live on BDG, we're live in OAT, and we're live on YouTube, and we are live with my man, 50 Grand.
What's good, man? You got a mic check? Can you hear me well?
Loud and clear, baby. In the military, we call that Lima Charlie.
Lima Charlie. Copy that.
There we go. Roger Dak. What you think about that game, Bob?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. It was good to see some execution, and I think any fan will tell you that. Let me turn this other pink light off. I can't stand it.
Shout out to my man Les Davis tapping in, the supporter right there. He said he watching from Mexico. Shout out to all our Cowboys primos and primas south of the border, baby.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I like what I like what I saw out of the Terpinator. That was something that I don't know, man. I was talking to Matt Green. Shout out to Womb to Tomb. And Matt Green out there, and kind of went back and forth a couple times. It's like we haven't seen that in a long time. It's something that we wanted in like a Tavon Austin and some of the other guys that we had that just couldn't stay healthy. We still don't know that about this guy. But the first return for a touchdown was amazing. But the second one, I looked right to my wife and I was like, this kid made that touchdown happen. That wasn't an opportunity. He made it happen.
Man, like this kid is quick on his feet, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, he definitely made that play. He definitely made that play. And that was the big thing for me. Oh, it's so beautiful when you have a football team that can play in all 3 phases of the game. Can I get an amen from my Cowboy cousins here tonight on Saturday, baby? We in church with a W. I need a share. Let's go, baby. If you agree, all 3 phases of the game, it is a blessing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing to behold when things just start going right, man. Yeah, it's it doesn't always work out that way for us, man. So we definitely got to be happy when we see it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, our run stop defense looked good too as well. Let me take a look at some of these stats here that we got up here. Total yards for the Chargers, 296. They had a total of 77 rushing yards to 115 for the Dallas Cowboys. How about stop the damn run, and how about run the damn ball at the same time?
Well, I know Dallas did a good job holding the Broncos pretty low to the run last week too. So I'm not feeling a lot of what ifs about this defense. I really feel like Quinn's got these guys playing like monsters, man. They're the second and third string are flying around, man.
Man, did you see John Ridgeway just shove old boy? Look like he gonna bend him back like a old piece of shrimp. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, it was good. It was good to see all the kids hustling, man. If I'm being if I'm being honest, we needed to see something like this. It's one of those things, we're quick to hit that panic button out here in Cowboys land, and we needed at the very least to see not only can our team perform correctly, we also needed to see that our coaches could hold our kids responsible, really, for the bad plays they made last week.
I agree with you. Shout out to my man Lokes watching on YouTube, man. Shout out to them hard hitters. That's that State Maine out there in Nevada. Las Vegas, Sin City says, what up, BG? Lokes 44, he said, great game. How about our new stud? His new nickname is Turpentine. You heard it here first. That's what we've been talking about, baby. What kind of nickname is he going to get after today? Does he have one already? I don't know. I don't watch USFL. Where are all my fact checkers at? Does he have a nickname out there already? Or are we just going to anoint him one after this two-piece he served to the Chargers at SoFi?
Well, I'm sticking with mine, but I've seen a couple of pretty funny ones out there. That's for sure, man. Either way, it's good that we've got a kick returner like that can at least be electric enough to light it up. We'll see what he can do next week, and then see if it translates into something in the regular season. It's definitely something they're going to have to take notice of, though. Kick away.
Now, we're up here gloating about special teams. I do want to say, Money Mayher better have my money. You missed the 61-yarder, dog. Like, if it's any one thing from special teams, man, come on, man, them kicker, we still got to get this. I think we found our punt returner. We struck gold with that, but we fuck around and get a kicker, man. We might have a pretty formidable team here getting into week one against them Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Hey, I don't know about you, man, but if we clean up these penalties, man, we might be chasing the 1972 Dolphins, man.
Shout out to 88, baby, the playmaker. You heard it here first. Yeah, baby, we chasing them 72 Dolphins.
Yeah. What you know about them Fins, baby?
Shout out to Alan Rodgers tapping in. He says, human torch. I like that too, man. He definitely is torching out there, baby. The dude is just fast, man. Make sure y'all check out the timeline. I got both of those videos up here on BDG, so make sure y'all go check it out. If you missed it, if you didn't get a chance to watch the game, go and check out those highlights. I took the liberty of posting it up here for y'all, so that way you could partake in the fun. It was on NFL Network. If you're trying to watch the game and you don't have any money, remember you can go to Dofu Sports app. That's DOFU. Dofu Sports app. Check it out for free, or you can get NFL Plus for $4.99. But don't be asking us to stream it on the low. It ain't happening, Captain.
Yeah, those not to say anybody did it in the past, but if we did do it in the past, we probably learned.
No, man, that's like 1985. That's like VCR 8-track days for the creators. You know what I mean?
That's a specific girl that used to be part of the group that's not part of the group anymore. She used to be the streamer on that one. But yeah, that's a little crazy, man. That's it's accessible everywhere. And obviously we know that the NFL is lining something big up, because this is the last year I think that the contract for the is with the Sunday Ticket, right? I don't think DirecTV has it next year, right?
No, they're still, Amazon and Apple are still battling it out. I haven't heard anything, but the NFL is not stupid. So they launched their own streaming service. If you caught that Goodell interview that I posted here on CNBC, you see we do things a little bit differently over here. We track it a little bit differently. You hear me talking about NFL Plus. You hear Bob talking about who's going to have these exclusive content rights. Well, NFL wants to deepen its relationship with its fans like you and I, and that's why they launched their own streaming service, NFL Plus. So you can go over there and check it out. In-market, out-of-market games, football on the go, all the primetime games, $4.99, baby. Or, like we said, if you ain't got that $4.99, we know how it go. Get the DOFU Sports app and check out all those games for this upcoming season, because we're not streaming it on the low, baby. But shout out to everybody tuning in here with us today. We see you, Domingo. He says, my boy Bell did well, too. Okay, he must be talking about Marquise. And shout out to, we got to hit the Stat Pro quote here tonight. Appreciate you, Facebook user, for always tapping in. Now, I know I talk bad about Facebook users here, but a lot of those folks actually be in OAT. And because it's a private group, I don't know why it doesn't register, because I can see you folks on the video thread after the fact. So make sure you register with StreamYard if you haven't already, and you're tapping in here with us. The post-game report tonight, Bob and BG. Tap in with a, upload on a StreamYard, so that way we can put a name with a face here.
Yeah, there's definitely just a strained relationship between Facebook and StreamYard for some reason. I don't know why. Well, I know why. We all know Facebook wants to be their own stream.
Yeah, well, it's a
Video
third-party
thing.
app, so if we can't. I have to look at the dashboards over there for stars. It's convenient because it goes to a lot of different platforms. But as we digress here as creators.
Scary,
Here's
scary
another one.
world.
Les Davis is coming in. We got the Human Torch. We got the Human Torpedo. I kind of like that.
All right,
The
so hey,
human-
that's actually I did know that was actually pretty good. I saw that like
Shout out to Les Davis, baby, right there with the Human Torpedo. What kind of nicknames do y'all have for our guy Cavante Turpin, baby, USFL MVP?
Let me ask you something real quick, BG, because this is something I got hot about a few days ago, and I had to pull my post off of the OAT and BDG when I did it. Oh, did you happen to play the new Madden yet?
No, man. After the pandemic hit and I got my gold sniper gun, I think I kind of fell off once the dashboard from Facebook came up. That became my new Call of Duty Modern Warfare on the creator dashboard. But no, I have not.
You don't mess with Madden?
No, not anymore.
I skipped a couple years because it pissed me off, man. I was hardcore about it, and I pre-ordered the new one, and I got it 3 days early. And on the very first day of the release, there was something wrong with it. I don't think it was fully ready to go. And I wrote a scathing review and tried to get a refund from Xbox, and they told me since I played it, they couldn't refund me, which doesn't make any sense. But it was a digital game, so I think that has something to do with it. But at any rate, I was wondering if the people out there that are playing Madden, how they feel about how the game plays, and how do they feel about how they treated the Cowboys in terms of their statistics. And I know we talked a little bit here about that, but I bought this game hoping that the Dallas Cowboys were going to be amazing because the defense was sick, but I still feel like they were underloved in that game. So throw some comments in there too when we're talking about what Turpin's nickname.
Yeah, I hear the game's always changing every year. I always kind of keep up. One of the things that always stick out to me are the Madden ratings, and we've heard some Cowboy players griping about that, Micah and Zach and the different players. So I'm not too much engaged. I've kept my ear to the street. I understand where you're coming from. I've heard that too about the differences. It's kind of like Call of Duty, as there was a different developer, I think, for the different series every year. They kept flip-flopping.
Yeah.
And it was like you knew one game looked this kind of way and one game kind of looked that way, and you kind of got used to it. Like, which one is it? But it's two different developers. That's why.
It was always Treyarch, and then it was Activision, and then
there you go.
And we would be happier. I think I was always happier with Activision, if I'm being honest. I'm not sure Treyarch, but I'm definitely getting the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 when that shit drops for sure, because I've been playing the first one like crazy.
Right. Caton is always checking in with some context here late. We know that the East Coast is past midnight here right now. It's 10:11 on the West Coast. We know it's a little bit after 1 a.m. on the East Coast. So if you're tapping in with us, we appreciate it. We're live on YouTube, live in OAT, live in Built Different Group. We got Caitlin checking in. Says first road preseason win since 2012. And the UFC delivered the upset of the year in the main event. It's been a fun night. Oh.
Okay, Caitlin got the knowledge. We all know this. We know, as admins, we know this shit straight up. But the first road preseason win since 2012. God damn.
Man, we talking about practice, baby.
I know that's a crazy statistic. Yeah, and this is one of those things that we talk about as Cowboys fans. We have this high bar, this excellence that we have when we really need to kind of check ourselves in this manner because we haven't achieved that in a very long time. Realism is something we should be aiming a little bit for, I think, as Cowboys fans. But that first road preseason win since 2012 should show you right there how much it really doesn't necessarily matter.
Alan's checking in on your conversation right there, Bob. He says Madden never gave us the love we deserve. I'm assuming he's talking about the Cowboys.
Yeah, he's right. And even in the Ultimate Team, there's the cards. That's a whole different story. I don't even want to get into that. You're going to get me hot as a moe.
Yeah, man, I'm telling y'all, Bob the historian, baby. Ain't no clue. When I first found him in 16, I was like, this guy knows a whole lot of shit about a lot of shit. So we're gonna just call him the historian. But yeah, he's checking in with us here. We got the info coming in. Alan says, wow, didn't know that. Great trivia question. Yeah, y'all stick around here, man. Smart Cowboy fans hang out here, baby.
I like my Cowboys, my Dallas Cowboys splatter painted PlayStation. The old school one with the modem.
That's a retro fit right there, baby.
Yeah, that's the very first PlayStation you could go online with, and that is the disc you needed to do it, the network adapter for the
Oh
PS2.
wow.
I'm kind of a historian with games too, but yeah, I do know a whole lot about a bunch of little things, but for some reason just couldn't make a lot of money doing it. But yeah, that I guess there was a UFC fight too. Usman
Yeah,
lost.
that's what
That's big.
yeah, Sam and Caitlin are talking about over there in the back channels. I guess there was a UFC fight tonight. So they're excited about that. But man, the Cowboys turned it around, man, went into SoFi Stadium 32-18. That was the final. 242 total yards. We had 127 passing yards, 115, pretty balanced, right? 4.7 yards per play. Our penalties. How many penalties do y'all think we finished with for how many yards for everybody that's having in here tonight? I'll tell you it's less than we had last week.
I'm a guess right now, and I swear to you that I do not know this, man, because I'm not BSing you. And I didn't see about 10 minutes of the game. But I'm gonna guess we had about six penalties. I'm gonna say 6 penalties, and that's all I'm
But
calling
we had
on.
six. We had 6 at the first half.
Oh shit!
We were 6 for 42 at the first half, if I remember.
That's how high that bar is, BG. I even got it talking about only 6. Hey, well, we had like 17 or something last week.
We were actually only had 2 penalties in the second half. We were 8 for 57 on penalties. Talk about a whopping turnaround.
That's not bad, man. It's unacceptable, but not bad.
Now, I don't know what was defense and what was offense out there, but I mean, significantly under 2 digits, not leading after week 2 in the preseason. We cannot lead 2 weeks in a row in penalties. That we just, 1 week is a snafu. 2 weeks would have been a, oh shit. They're talking about firing Mike McCarthy in the preseason. Y'all know it was coming, but 8 for, let's talk about the 8 for 57. Dramatic improvement. Still got work to do. Still got some. That's a little bit more discipline that we've seen today. A little bit more grit. I think we've seen some physicality out there too today. A lot of folks said them guys are out there running hard. Did you see them running backs running hard out there like that?
I did. I did see them running hard. They're playing. They, I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things where we're starting to catch up to the idea of using media as a tool, and the fact that we roasted our own team and they got roasted by everybody else because of that loss. There has to be some kind of turnaround, and our team didn't really respond very well to that for many years. But I think recently we've done that. We've done that.
I'm gonna tell you what my fix would have been after this week. We'd have been leading that shit up too. Mike McCarthy, Dan Quinn, Kellen Moore, John Fassel, all the coaches. Y'all have to line up and run after y'all gonna get some accountability. We're gonna need some coaches out there. I mean, that's what my son's football practice here, number 1 ranked high school program in the state. He's 12 years old, and when those players execute well and do well, the coaches have to run. Now, obviously, if the kids jack up, they got to run. But making the coaches run is a sign of a good thing. But I don't know. We'd have to change something up over there. They're gonna have to run away from them penalties or something. But glad that we only got 8 this week. So hopefully we can get into this Seahawk game here at home next week on Friday with Jerry Jones there, baby, and reduce that down below 8. I don't know.
All I know is this, man. I've been saying it to Eric, a lot of my friends that I've been talking Cowboys with since we were kids, man. And this is one of those years where I took a little bit of the off season and pulled the power away from the Cowboys and let myself and me and my wife enjoy the summer. But back into it being hardcore, I'm 100% looking forward to this defense, man. I know the offense is what gets all the credit, and it's always the bread and butter with the offense. But let me tell you, man, this defense, when you see our second and third stringers like they were today, and last week too, man, when you see them perform the way they do, you know that it's a mindset, not a skill set. And I think the defense is going to have us doing some big things, man.
Yep, Caitlin's tapping in with her guests, not too far off. Yep, we had 6 at the half. That was right, 6 for 42. She said we had 9. No, we finished with 8. I would have probably said no, we didn't get less than 2, you know what I mean, in the second half. So they actually cleaned it up. So thank you for tapping in there. Alan says Hill may have secured his roster spot with that strip sack fumble recovery. I was in here. I didn't catch that. I got a report from my son. If y'all seen that out there, y'all tell me about that play.
I think me and my wife looked at each other and said, holy snap, something Tristan Hill did something finally.
Tristan Hill.
Yeah, he did. He got a strip sack. Fumble recovery. It was very nice.
Man, we had an interception. Who was that? Amara Mu. I can't say his name. But that guy, he's from Cameroon or somewhere over there, right?
Yeah.
World's team, I think, something like that. And then we had a fumble recovery. We even had a 2-point conversion. We even seen a Will Greer sighting in there tonight. They took out Cooper Rush as the backup. Will Greer is backup in there. Pretty tall dude. I think they said he's what, 6'1"?
Well, he was I think he's 6 foot flat. They were saying that he plays a little, maybe he is 6'1", but he plays a little taller in the pocket. And I noticed that he was actually pretty quick too. Like his scramble to get out of some positions was either that or the guys on the field were slow as shit. But he was a semi impressive quarterback in that and what he was playing. I was going to mention him too. I'm glad you pulled him up because I think he did pretty decent, man. He looked okay for playing behind some of the thirds, if you will. But let me tell you, man, if we in the regular season follow the formula that we had today, and I'm not even saying the second return for a touchdown, if we are able to just start off a game with a return for a touchdown and set the tone that way, you know damn well that defense is going to come out and get fired up. It would be so hard for a team, I think, to recover from something like that. I ain't gonna
lie. When he first caught that, usually it's somebody catches and it's 20, 30, it's a tackle, right? Yeah. I'm kind of like, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, the dude's, I'm saying, oh, what? He's what? Like, man, this is an explosive, exciting play. Not something the Dallas Cowboys have been accustomed to here in a while, but definitely got the juices flowing, man. I love this USFL signing, the MVP. The New Jersey, I can't believe, what was his, the New Jersey Generals, I believe he came from out there, USFL MVP.
Yeah.
Man. Y'all know Caitlin brought the context here with us before too. Herschel Walker was the only other USFL MVP that signed, and they both signed with the Dallas Cowboys. Look at that.
God, man, Herschel he's one of my all-time favorite Dallas Cowboys for sure.
Yeah, but we only gave up 1 sack. So some other key things, we had 3 sacks. We only gave up a sack. Both of us punted 5 times apiece. They only had 3 penalties for 20, but they had 2 turnovers, 1 fumble, 1 interception. We had no turnovers. We had a time of possession of 28 minutes, 17 seconds. They had it for 31 minutes and 43 seconds.
All right.
So definitely a much better turnaround. When you got second and third stringers, like you say, out there punching it, I'm waiting to see what the first stringers are going to look like. I don't think we're going to see probably any more of them, especially after tonight, come next week at Jerry's World as the Seahawks visit, coming up here from the Pacific Northwest down to Jerry's World. It's going to be interesting. I think we're going to see some more of these guys duking it out, trying to make the squad. I want to see some more John Ridgway, man. I like the guy's tenacity, but, man, it's been quiet for him in terms of camp, the Vanilla Gorilla. And also after week 2 in the preseason, we seen him throw that guy back and they didn't call the foul or the penalty on him. But, man, we need to see something from the Vanilla Gorilla. And
Ridgway, man. Ridgway's fucking me up, man. He's got a fullback's number. I still can't get used to the switcheroo, man. I'm looking at that going, what's his fullback? No, that's a tight end. And he's good, man. You're right. He's hustle. He's got some hustle, and it's good to see these kids at least show this in preseason. They've got a big ass camera on them. You might as well show the world some of the best you got. I think it was super interesting tonight, and mentioned it too, that the Falco brothers were playing against each other.
Yeah, I'm glad Cavante Turpin solidified his spot because Alan's checking in here. He says, we haven't had a returner like that since prime time. Well, you're right about that. However, we had Tony Pollard, the other playmaker. We seen him run one back a couple times last season, I think one against the Saints pretty notably. I'm glad that we don't got to worry about Tony Pollard returning no punts. We seen Jalen Tolbert back there, I think, after Cavante scored twice. They took him out.
Yeah, that's 2. That's good enough, man. Yeah,
and we're probably not going to see him. They're like, all right, bro, you're good now. You done had your 2 flashes here.
Pollard,
probably not going to see him against the Seahawks. They're probably not going to see Cavante until 9/11 against them Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Pollard had a good one against the Raiders on Thanksgiving too.
Yeah, that's right. He damn sure did. Shout out the Facebook user joining us here. Yep.
Yeah, let's be real. We also had Tashard Choice, but we can talk to people. We could talk about Jesse Holley. We could talk about a lot of these guys that were actually good returners, but they didn't consistently do it. It wasn't. We didn't have that one guy. The only guy that we had that was like that was Tavon Austin, and he flashed a few times, but that dude just could not stay healthy for the life of him, man.
This dude is clearly built for it. Now the challenge is going to be, are they going to kick it to him in games? Because now the cat is out of the bag when it comes to Kevontae Turpin. If nobody else didn't know about a USFL MVP named Kevontae Turpin running it up on folks, they did after tonight, because I know them haters is big mad that them boys won, because I know they've been sticking around here, especially on BDG, waiting to throw some salt in the wound. Well, guess what? You're going to have to hear we them boys all this week.
Oh, I know you hate it. I know you hate it. And that's why we love it. That's why we love it. What are you doing up right now if you're not a Cowboys fan? Why are you listening to us right now if you are not a Cowboys fan?
Well, we know Kelly is. She's on the East Coast over there. Appreciate you, Kelly. I know it's like almost 123 over there on the East Coast. She says Turpin is a pistol.
Turpin got some legs, man. He's quick.
But yeah, not much really to talk about other than the special teams. I think, Maher missing that 61-yarder. We still got to fizzle this kicker situation down. We've seen some significant improvements compared to last week. Penalties went down. I told you my main thing going into this game was we cannot lead the league week 2 in the preseason 2 weeks in a row on penalties. So clearly we're out of the doghouse on that. We've seen Will Greer, we've seen Cooper Rush. I think the running game with Dowdle's been solidified. This Davis guy, I think somebody checked in here and says they like him as a number 3 back. Let me get back up to these comments here.
Yeah, I liked him too, man. Dowdle showed some things. It was good having what's his name last year from the Eagles playing with us. He did some good things, but we obviously he's sort of a journeyman. He's going to cost more than Dowdle will. He's a young kid. And again, we talked about that with West Coast today. Really, and to go back to what West Coast was saying, he's saying we're going to have to expect all these penalties. We shouldn't expect the offensive line to do very well. And I think they kind of did the opposite of that today. They showed up a little bit. The offensive line did okay. Some of them were getting beaten a little bit, but I think what we expected was, at the very least, just an advancement and some sort of a betterment of the game plan. And we saw that in a couple of different ways. The icing on the cake was special teams, obviously, but it was good to see discipline and some form of fashion drives being finished.
I think we've seen a little bit of grit. I think we've seen more discipline tonight when it comes to penalties, obviously. Special teams putting the points on the board helped. Fundamentally sound, I don't know. But grit, discipline, and fundamentally sound, that's what our coach came out and said our identity is. Maybe after week 2, maybe one more week, we'll get this thing locked down to come in week 1, and we'll start elevating it, or we'll start actually grading this team. Y'all know how I like to do it. We're going to go to the 4 stages of a championship team. That forming, norming, storming, and performing type of deal. Everybody who went to college knows what I'm talking about, wrote them papers. We're going to talk about the 4 stages of a championship team and how are they going to look coming out on 9/11. I'm excited about that. You got any parting words before we get out of here? It's late, Bob. I got to go get ready, baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's 11.
It's my bedtime.
I think I might hit the Madden Ultimate Team auction block right now. But yeah, no, I don't have much to say, man. I want everyone to temper their happiness. And if we would have lost, I want you to temper your sadness. This is just something, and we say this every year, and I say this to my friends, preseason is a great time to see your rookies. That is it. Don't worry about it. The information you're getting right now is very skewed. We need to take into account that we're playing against backups as well. So we look good. We turned it around. I think our coach did a good job with his coaches and said, listen, don't let these kids screw up. And it was an improvement. That's all we needed to see, man.
Definitely. And anytime we can go into the AFC West and give them an L, you can just remove it from the NFC East, baby, because the NFC East matters. So follow us this season for more NFC East Matters content. We're going to be talking Eagles, Giants, Commanders. Man, I'm excited about this season. We got one more preseason game with Seahawks next Friday. Make sure you turn on your notifications. We're going to be in the gym this week. It's been a supporter Saturday. We've had a preseason game today. Cowboys got to win Sunday. Victory Sunday coming tomorrow. It's been a while since we had a Victory Sunday, but I'm happy about that. I appreciate everybody tuning in here with us here today. You got any parting words before we get out here today, Bob?
No, man. Not just want to say keep growing, you guys out there. If you haven't checked out any of my Cannabis Cowboy content on YouTube, go ahead and check it out over there. I've got a couple of really cool grows going right now. I'm going to throw some videos pretty soon. But other than that, man, love each other. Treat each other with respect.
That's right, baby. Dallas Cowboys 1-1, 1 loss, 1 win. We got one more preseason game And then we're going to be kicking that regular season off on 9/11. Make sure you turn on your notifications. We are 22 days, well, except for the East Coast now. They are in Ezekiel Elliott. 21 days away from Sunday Night Football. It's your favorite Cowboy cousin. It's BG the Cowboys Unifier. He is Bob the Cannabis Cowboy. And we'll see y'all on the next episode.